will govern us.
All right, good morning and welcome back. Now let's talk about women and politics, women who shape the political scene and leadership of this country. We are still heading there. We have got a number of them who made it to the gubernatorial seats, and as a country we still need to do more and even better. But another lady who is also making her second comeback to the National Assembly is Elsie Muhanda, who is a woman representative, or call her member of parliament, Kakamega County, and she's here with me in studio. Congratulations, let me start with that.
Thank you very much, Victor.
And welcome to our studios.
Yes.
How was the campaigns?
First of all, I want to thank the people of Kakamega for believing in me. You know, all times, Victor, they say the second time is not as easy as the first one. So I just want to thank them, and I want to tell them that I will work for them the way I worked for them. And I want to say that my campaigns were not difficult. Why I would say so is because I had done my work. So I just campaigned in a relaxed way. In fact, I'll tell you, I put on 8 kilos. And people...
During campaigns?
Yes. And you know, people lose weight.
Yes. Because
I was relaxed and I was confident, because when I came in, I'll tell you, one of the MPs who was doing the second term, I asked them, Siri ya urembo ni nini? And the MP told me, when you come in, start working from the beginning. But if you wait for the next 2-3 years, the public make their opinion.
Yes.
In the first 2 years, the public have made their opinion whether they are going to vote you or not. So I took that MP's advice and I worked for the people. So I think it wasn't so hard. So the people of Kakamega believed in me and they voted for me unanimously. I got over 300,000 votes.
That's a huge number.
Yes, and those who followed me got less than 100. They got, one got 67, another one 64.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's now back to work on a second term. I believe there's a lot of projects that you started as a woman rep in your first term, and now the people of Kakamega again have given another chance to have the reins of power in second term. Perhaps let's just go back. What are some of the hits and misses in the first term in your office?
Thank you very much. One of the hits, I took boreholes as a flagship project.
Yes.
I said I must have 60 boreholes in Kakamega County. And you know, our funding for women rep is not a huge fund. So I struggled very much and finished the 60 boreholes. I went to the Lake Victoria North. I went to the Ministry of Water. It wasn't easy because I committed, but my funding could not have finished the 60 boreholes. But fortunately, I did finish the boreholes. And you know, when you do boreholes, there are certain constituencies like Lugari where the terrain is so bad. So when you don't get it right, of course, the people are not happy that you didn't finish those boreholes. So I had to redo, and that costed quite some money. So I'm happy about the flagship project of boreholes. And equally, you know, as a woman rep, we don't get a lot of money, but our money is meant for affirmative action in the society. So one of what I'm proud of is the girl child. You know, the rate of pregnancy in Kakamega is very high. So I decided that this girl has to go back to school. And I've managed to take back these girls to school. Some of them are even in university. So I'm happy that I'm here because I can now walk with them the journey past university. So that is one of my flagship programs, which I'm very happy about. And another one is giving seed and fertilizer to the poor people. You know, Governor Oparanya has a program of Mbegu na Mbolea subsidized to the people of Kakamega.
And because Kakamega is quite a productive, you know, county, so to speak.
Yes. And me as Mama County, I was looking in affirmative action, the one that has that point, a small piece of land, they can't even afford that fertilizer that is subsidized and the seed. So that is one program I was very happy to see wananchi showing me, Mama County, from this bag of seed, I harvested 5 bags of maize. So that is one of the flagship programs that I'm very, very happy about. But on a low level, I feel for the girl child, because as women rep, we wanted to give sanitary to all schools. But then the program was taken to Ministry of Education. So as a woman, I'm here, I want to help, but I can't help all schools. I can only help a few schools. Yet I would want every girl to go to school, not to miss school because they lack sanitary, or to use crude things that for sanitary. You know, they're in the village, they take they take all sorts of things. So I wish the girl can get sanitary. So I feel so bad. I do this program, but I can't get to all the girls.
2022 was an interesting year. When you talk about, you know, the politics that dotted the countries, it's called the transition kind of politics and campaigns. We are getting to the new regime altogether. And we've seen an upsurge of women leaders getting different positions. You must be so happy as a woman representative.
Yes, I'm very proud of what I've seen across the divide. You know, as a woman, I shouldn't be looking that this lady is from Kenya Kwanza or this lady is from Azimio. But I'm very happy that now we have 7 governors. Isn't it?
Up from 3.
Yes, up from 3. We have Gladys Wanga, and I think 2 of them are women reps, because we have Gladys Wanga, Homa Bay, we have Mwangaza in Meru.
Wavinya Ndeti across the county here, Machakos.
Wavinya Ndeti.
We have Nakuru.
We have Nakuru.
Yes.
And we are happy. We have Ses, Mbarire, and the like. So we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I just hope that Kakamega, you know, Kakamega, in our conservativeness, we have never had a woman MP, even an MP. And
this now poses a challenge even to you.
Yes.
All right?
Yes. So I think women, we are getting into better and better place. And I want to thank you men for supporting us women.
And that is why this takes me to the next question, because the issue of affirmative action and the 2/3 gender rule, it has been stuck all through. I know there's a lot of bills still pending in Parliament which have not been enacted. So why don't you just do away with the 2/3 gender rule pending in Parliament, and then, okay, women can make it. Now you can throw yourselves in the arena and fight it with your fellow men in the political arena as well.
I think it's a bit too early, because if I look at my county assembly, we have only 3 women out of the 60. And equally, I feel that me as a woman rep, this seat of women rep has helped grow women. You see now, women are growing to be governors. So I feel, let us continue a little bit. Yes, I think it's a bit too early.
When you talk about funding, and that is the biggest issue, even before people went for an election, the High Court ruled that the CDF fund was null and void, and it was unconstitutional. I don't know whether it is going to be first order of business once they're sworn in. I have no idea. But what is the current figures given to the women representative?
Currently, as a woman rep, we get 7 million per constituency per year. And like an MP who gets 130 million and then probably gets more for roads. So MPs will end up with about 150 something if you add the money for the roads. But when the woman rep gets the 7 million, 1 million stays at the headquarters for administration, and the another million is for administrative purposes and the like. So you end up like 5 million per constituency. So like me in Kakamega County, that is about 60 million to do all your programs, to do affirmative action on education. Because me as Mama County, I'm proud of I have Eagle Scholars. I have orphans I've taken back, the ones who did very well. I'm taking care of them. They got A-. They were stuck at home there from very poor families. I've taken them back to school. I feel CDF should not be scrapped. I feel affirmative action should not be scrapped. Why I say so is that if we go back to the dark days of the Moi era, Harambes were too much, and equally, this money was given according to who voted where. But now, CDF goes to everybody, whether you are in opposition or you are in government. Even these governors, I think that was a big step, because now money comes. Nobody can say that if you are in opposition, you will not get money. We have 48 distinct governments, which is a really good thing. And I think we should continue with CDF. I look at members of parliament in Kakamega County. Most of them have come back. Because of that CDF, they have built good buildings, the schools there. And equally, I admire, like in Kakamega, I admire my MP for Huisero, because he has even a feeding program for the children.
Is that Honorable Seka?
Yes.
All right.
Because, you know, when you go to the village at lunchtime, children are coming from school. They have nothing to eat. You can see their stomachs, they're very hungry. But he has made sure that the children get maize and beans, at least a cup. That makes them even go to school. So I think an MP with nothing is not going to help.
But again, much as you are, drumming up support for the reintroduction of the CDF, but the Office of the Auditor General, pointed a bit of some sticky fingers in terms of the management of that fund.
Yes.
Some are being lost through corruption and, being used for unplanned projects. What should you talk about that?
I think what we should do is that we should have those funds, but then we should have close scrutiny.
Yes.
I think we should put legislation that guides the funds, because I know of cases where I've heard of even an MP taking the bursary money and using for something else, and not giving the members of the public. But you see, if you look at the good, let us always, many times we look at the bad part.
Just look at the bad side of everything.
Yes,
right.
But if we look at the good side, this money has really assisted. And also, if you look at us as members of parliament, on a normal day, when you wake up, at your gate, there are so many members of the public asking for school fees, so many members of the public asking for hospital bills and the like. So, when they ask for school fees and you have the CDF, at least you have resources to help your people. But without that, it's going to be very hard.
Because I would imagine that once they're sworn in, the first order of business in Parliament will be that. Because the way you correctly put it, there's a lot of projects and programs, and people have got individual issues and problems to talk about during their daily lives in the counties. But then, the pending elections in the county of Kakamega and Mombasa, and 2 wards and 2 constituencies, a lot of questions were raised on why this did happen. What did you say about that?
First of all, we received that news with a lot of pain.
Yes.
And shock. And we were just saying, Chebukati, we can't breathe. Because it cannot have been a coincidence that Kakamega County, where the deputy party leader of Raila Amolo Odinga comes from, and Mombasa County, where Governor Joe, who is also a deputy party leader, how could it be that these were the 2 counties where we could not do election? In fact, that is where we started seeing mischief in Chebukati. Because we know very well that people were paid hefty money to go and verify. How it can be that the inside is correct but the top is not correct? We already smelled a rat. And it was very painful even to members of the public. And I really feel for these governors, because campaigning is very expensive.
Yes.
And really, if you have to continue campaigning after that and you are stopped, at that time You know, when we are having a national election, Victor, people come from Nairobi. I met most of my friends that come home to campaign and to vote. But now, that denied them the chance. In fact, they were telling me, oh my God, we are not going to get permission to go back to vote. We are also not going to have resources to go back to vote. So the people of Kakamega and Mombasa have been denied a chance. And then to add insult to injury, when they had been given another date, again Chebukati just comes, and we are told there were other forces. Cannot prove that, but it was said that other forces told him, Chebukati, stop, put another date so that we can continue, you know, our monkey business, and then we set another date later, you know, trying to control us. So it was very painful for us, but I want to urge the people of Kakamega and Mombasa, let us not give up.
What was the voter turnout like during the last election, 9th of August?
There was actually voter apathy caused by this. If you compare the turnout of August 9 and 2017, Governor Oparanya's figures showed us that this time it was about 60-something%. But in 2017, the voter turnout was over 75%. So you see, this affected the voters. And that is what we were saying. It was like a calculated move by Chebukati to suppress the voter in Kakamega and to suppress the voter in Mombasa. And he managed for a bit, but he did not manage to make his candidates win. In Kakamega, Raila Amolo Odinga won clean. In Kakamega, we have 10 MPs out of 12. In Azimio, 9 are ODM and 1 is DAP. So that is 11, and me as a women rep. So we have 11. And MCS, we have 60 wards. We have gotten in Azimio 48. We have election going to happen in Mumias West, and we are confident that that one is also an Azimio zone. We are going to get another seat. So Kakamega, I will say, is an Azimio zone.
Okay. All right. Based on what you've said, clearly the people of Kakamega voted Azimio. But then the issue of primary health care, Mheshimiwa, the primary health care in Kakamega is wanting. With all the 12 sub-counties, the constituencies in Kakamega County, a majority of people do not get the primary health care, even at the lowest point of the counties. What would you attribute this to?
I don't know whether we can say they don't get, because under Oparanya's government, we have community health workers, because you see, that is some community health workers are very key in primary health care, because they assist at the lower level. And I'll say Kakamega is one of the counties which has community health workers, and they have a dividend. They actually earn some money from the county. So I'll say we are actually trying with that. And as you know, on the other level, we have the Kakamega Referral Hospital, which is underway. And
it has told that that's worry you.
Yes, but gladly I've heard there's an investor who is interested to take it up, which is...
Did it have to be an investor coming in, or it should be a county government affair? Because let's look at the western side, Kenya, the block itself. A majority of people would travel, pass through the office just right in front of the Kakamega office, heading to MTRH in Eldoret.
Yes. It cannot be complete just for the county. Because if you look at Eldoret referral, it was funded from the national government.
Yes.
But because we have been in opposition, we did not get funding from the national government, the way the referral was built. So we need help. And I want to thank Oparanya for that initiative.
Yes.
But he just wants a boost from the national government so that we can, and also plus the investor, so that at least our people don't have to go all the way to to Eldoret, they can get that particular hub, can get services from Kakamega.
Mheshimiwa, there was some cost that the seat of the woman representative was supposed to be scrapped. I don't know, what is your take? Do you think it should still be scrapped off completely or should remain?
Personally, I look at this seat as a training for women to help the two-third agenda, and it was brought because of that. And I think it has its clause, if we follow the way it was presented. The last women reps should be elected 2027 because it had a 20-year window.
Yes.
Personally, I feel this seat has helped nurture women because out of this seat now we have women MPs. Even now, some of my colleagues are going to be MPs. Talk about Rosa Abuyu is going to be a women MP. Even Lamu, we have Rueda, Captain Rueda has moved on to be an MP. So I feel it's a good ground. And even me as a women rep,
yes,
I know it doesn't have a limit. But I think having done twice, it should also nurture me to move on to the next. And I leave it for another woman so that another woman can also use it. To step up, because you know the problem with women, Victor, and politics. Most of the challenges, like in Kakamega, is traditions. But since the people of Kakamega have now seen me as a leader, I'm sure they can elect me as an MP or any other seat.
Yes.
Yes, and another problem that women have is funding. You find that women don't have land, they don't have title deeds to take loans. So you find funding is a limiting factor to women. So this one is a good playing ground for women to grow and spring up to other heights.
Okay. Do you have a supplementary budget, maybe from the revenue collection from the county? Kakamega gets one of the biggest lion share after Nairobi, almost 18 billion shillings annually, if I get it right.
They get 15, but they're going to get 18. 18. Yes.
That is an improvement. What would be your short, medium plan in terms of development as a woman representative?
As in the governor's budget or mine? You know,
your budget.
My 5 million.
Before I get to the county revenue.
Yes, for me, what is important, I think people voted me back because they liked my programs. So what is key first? Short term, I must go back to the people and do public participation before I decide, because they're the ones who gave me the seat. They decide for me if they want me to continue with the seats, which they have already told me during the campaign, they want to continue. They even wish there was more money so that I can help more people. They just said that those who got, let others get. That's what they were telling me. Let everybody feel, as much as it is not so much money. So short term, I'll go back to them. And if they do approve my projects, like the seed one, like the girl child, like the orphan, which I think they will support, like helping groups, empowerment of groups. And also there is a good program that I do. You see, we have this group of people, Victor, who got D+, and who are desperate in the society. So I decided to take them to NITA so that they can be self-employed.
Yes.
And after that, you empower them. So one of my short term, which I'm going to do, I have a group that has graduated. So in the short run, when we get funds, I want to give them, if there is one who did tailoring, I want to give her a sewing machine. If there is one who did carpentry, I want to give them tools and some small capital so that they can be self-employed. So that is one of my short term. And short term, of course, I have to continue paying fees. Like now, I've already been alerted that my children that went to university want to be chased, so I have to write notes as I wait for funding. I want to continue with the girl child. Some are in Form 2, Form 3. I want to continue with those. And also that seed program.
Okay.
Really. Yeah.
You have an election next week.
Yes.
What should you expect from Kakamega County, to be specific?
If I was one Cleophas Malala, I would be very worried.
Why?
Why I would be worried? Fighting in a county where 48 MCAs are fresh from an election and they are Azimio. 10 MPs are Azimio and they are now going to hold their territories. They are fresh, people are happy with them. You see, me, Mama County, I got overwhelming support. I would be a very worried person, and I think it's really an uphill task for Malala. I know he's very active, he's young, he's campaigning everywhere, but it would worry me. So I do see that the election of Monday, Azimio will carry the day. Because Fernandez Baraza has a lot of backup from all these MPs, and most of them are second term. And they are all coming to the ground, and they are all campaigning for Fernandez. But Cleophas Malala has only 2 MPs to campaign for him with a couple of MCS.
Election can go either way. We've seen a couple of MPs who've been flawed by people who are, not seasoned politicians. And for example, Governor Kiretu Murungi, we all know what happened, and a couple of governors. So the same can also happen in Kakamega County. Correct.
That's why I just said I would be worried. I'm not, I would be worried as Cleophas Malala, but all is in the hands of the voters. But when you look at Kakamega County, equally, it was a bit disappointing for Kenya Kwanza. I saw members of the public complaining that why is it that Khalwale is more senior and he has been denied governorship. And on the other hand also, when I talk to the people in Kakamega, there are quite a number saying that it is good to get Khalwale as a senator. By the way, Khalwale was voted across the divide.
The bullfight
Azimio people, just like my nephew Sakaja in Nairobi was voted by everybody. So Khalwale, they say, is best placed to check a governor who is on the opposite side and who is Fernandez Baraza. But now they say if Khalwale is a senator from Kenya Kwanza and Cleo Malala is also from Kenya Kwanza, they say they're not sure that...
You've just given me a complete scenario of why they say all politics is local.
Yes.
All right. You are getting sworn in tomorrow.
Not being sworn in. We are doing orientation.
Orientation?
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow and Friday.
All right. What should we expect from you? 10 seconds?
What should
expect in the next 5 years?
Oh, the people of Kakamega?
Yes.
I just want to tell the people of Kakamega County, I just thank them for voting me back. And what they expect is that this is a woman rep who is more experienced. This is a woman rep who knows how to knock doors in Nairobi, because this money is not enough. You must look for money from other people. So they should expect that me as Elsie Muhanda, 2017 to 2022, I was like sugarcane, the plant, the first one. But now, 2027 to 2022 to 2027, I'm like cane, which is ratoon.
Yes.
You know the second plant, now you are more experienced. So they should expect more action. And in the first term, I was more active on the ground, not inside Parliament, because I went to look at the vote. But now,
you're ready.
Expect me to be ready on the floor of Bunge and also Mashinani.
Mheshimiwa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time. We had a very short time. That was a quick fire kind of interview with Elsie Muhanda, woman representative. Call her MP or woman representative Kakamega County. They are going to the ballot come next week on 29th, and she said that, all right, it will be the Azimio way. Either that will happen, the voters will decide in Kakamega County. Thank you so much for coming, and promise you'll be back on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's take a break. Jen will be up next with the next segment. Good morning.